Hey guys, so today was day one of jpow speaking to Congress. Pretty much what did we learn? Pretty much we learned that jpow is bearish, no doubt. So he basically just confirmed that we're data dependent. And he just basically confirmed again that if there's reasoning to believe, based on CPI data and other data, that we need a 50 basis point hike or a higher amount of rates or longer rates, that they're on board with doing that. So the most impressive part of the day here is this nearly $4 drop that we had at 10 a.m. It actually happened during about a whole 5-minute time frame. Overall, pretty impressive day. We pretty much, once we had that 10 a.m. drop and this fake recovery here, it was just slow trend all the way down. jpow will speak again tomorrow, and we'll see what he has to say again tomorrow. We start getting some more data tomorrow. We have ADP employment, and then we'll also have JOLTS. So taking a look at the daily here. So I mentioned yesterday that this massive evening doji star pattern was a beautiful put opportunity. And the only reason I didn't take it was because of jpow speaking today. As much as I like to believe that he's a hawk, and that really the markets have not been listening to him correctly, it was not worth the risk and reward to take the put, even though it would have paid amazingly today. But what we end up doing here is something else I was talking about, is that we put a new supply in at 405.2. So putting this supply in here on top of an already critical pivot point for this purple channel right here is amazing. And that's going to be a very strong point of resistance to watch going forward. So now that this has been put in, our next target is going to be 396.4 supply from back here on Friday the 24th. If we take out this supply, then I'm going to look for us to come down somewhere in this 394.6 area and either confirm this as demand or maybe even establish a lower demand before we bounce. Most importantly here, we broke through critical 200 EMA, and really this 400.6 support, which we did struggle at for a while during the day, is a major level. So breaking through that, the 20, the 8, the 50, and 200 EMA, next up should be the 100 EMA, which is at 397 for tomorrow. I'm going to be looking for tomorrow basically 396.4. There is a chance that depending on what jpow says, we could see a recoil, and I would be targeting about 401.6, which would be the daily 20 EMA if we do bounce tomorrow. Taking a look at futures here, same exact story. Perfect 40-55 supply now established. Real nice going down here. So the one thing is that we did actually bounce off of this 39.83 level, which is Friday's support candle, support from its candle. So that'll be a big level to take out tomorrow. We did take out 40.20, which is a big target I had, and we even took out 39.90, which was another big target I have. So you can see we have this big area here, and basically what you see now is that we have a 40.53 upside supply range, and then we have downside targets of 39.55 and possibly even 39.15 if market continues to sell off. If this sells off tomorrow, if jpow remains bearish and continues to talk about the bearish, and especially if the data comes in bearish this week, then I do think we're going to come down and be in this 39.20 range. The most important thing to start thinking about now is CPI, which is next Tuesday, a week from today. The way I'm seeing the data right now is that I'm bullish on CPI. What I think is happening, because we now have about a 70% chance of a 50 basis point hike. And based on the data that I'm seeing, I don't see enough to warrant jpow to go with a 50 basis point hike. Most likely what's going to happen is we're going to probably dump into CPI. I'm targeting this 39.15 to 30.90 on SPY range. If we get down there, then I'm looking for a bounce in that area, and I'm looking for us basically to be in the 390 to 400 range before CPI. And then what I think is going to happen is we're going to get a good CPI print. It's going to show year over year coming down, and it's either going to show month over month either not changing or continuing to come down. And core is going to come down a little bit too. And I think markets are really going to like that, because right now we're under the impression that we're going to get a 50 basis point hike and that CPI is going to be high. So when CPI does not come in high, and we get that lower reading, then we're going to go back to a 25 basis point hike, and that's going to cause a really big rally into CPI. So that's basically what I'm targeting right now. We'll see what happens tomorrow, and we'll just kind of go from there. Real hard to go long or short here just because we still have jpow and 3 days of data on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But we'll just kind of see how the rest of this week continues to shape up.